Hi guys, welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today I have another speed build for you, and this is a Tudor mansion. Ooh, actually I'm pretty sure I called it Tudor Manor, so just ignore me. But yeah, it's a Tudor mansion, manor type thing. I don't think it's technically a mansion because it's got 4 beds. I mean, they're all pretty decently sized rooms, and it's got like 4 bathrooms, but I don't know what's the difference between a mansion and a manor. I don't actually know. But I went with manor because in my head that sounded better than mansion, because I would not class this as a mansion. For me, a mansion is like one of those like massive, insanely huge builds that have like 20 bedrooms and whatever. So I don't know, maybe a manor is even bigger than a mansion. I don't know technical terms. Don't ask me. Anyway, so yeah, this is a Tudor mansion, and it's very different to what I would usually build because I tend to go for a lot more kind of modern builds, but I was just like, do you know what? We're not doing this today. And well, okay, so basically what happened is I was just on YouTube watching videos, and I watched a video by the Great Symphony, or her name is Zoe, and she did this build, and it was the museum. Like, I can picture it in my head. I'm just like, what was it called? But it's definitely a museum. It's like it's really cool actually. Like, most museums in Sims are kind of just like art museums, but she really like went out there, especially with the interior. It was like really cool. Like, it looked like a real museum where you have all of these like pictures, and it was kind of interactive and stuff. Anyway, it reminded me a lot of the Natural History Museum. Maybe that's what it was actually. Maybe it was probably inspired by that. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. I watched that build and I was just like, shit, that is so good. And I was just like, I need to do something like this, because it's definitely not something I ever do or, you know, attempt to do. And I find those builds so inspiring, and I'm just, every time I watch them, I'm like, how in the hell do you do that? Like, it's amazing. And, you know, so I was just like, I'll do a Tudor house then, that's fine. But yeah, so that's basically what happened. That was the order of events that inspired this build, and yeah, I'm just very happy with how it turned out. As I said, I never do builds like this, so I'm kind of just like impressed with how this all came out. So yeah, not to like toot my own horn or anything, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, this is a Tudor house, as I've said like a million times, and it's pretty big. As I said, it's got 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and like maybe like 3 of those bathrooms are en suite. It could even be 5 bathrooms. How many bathrooms is it now? I'm pretty sure it's 4. I'm sticking with 4. It might be 5, but I'm pretty sure it's 4. And yeah, so I googled like Tudor houses, and I was just like trying to find what you typically see in Tudor houses, because I don't really know. Like, I've seen a lot of Tudor houses because, I don't know, England tends to have a lot of these like little villages that have like Tudor-y houses. And so I kind of knew what I was going for, but I also at the same time was a little bit kind of, I like, it wasn't completely clear in my mind what I was trying to do. So I did a Google, I did a little Pinteresting, I did a bit of this, a bit of that, and I found this picture of a house, and I will put it in the description down below. Maybe, I might not, I'll probably forget, but I will. In my head now, I'm thinking I will put that picture in the description. And so I took the front of the house from that, and then I added on like a little towery bit at the front, and then I added a bit of a tower on the back. I completely did the back on my own, but I knew that I needed some help with the front, because I just needed to like start off. You know, like sometimes with builds, in my head I'm like, okay, I know what I'm trying to go for, but I don't actually know where to start. So I need a little bit of help. But yeah, no, I mean, there's no shame in doing that. Like, I think a lot of people, I mean, I know a lot of builders do this, where they will go on, you know, Google or Pinterest or whatever they use to, you know, look up buildings to build. they will go on those websites and they'll just like copy it, and that's fine. Like, do you, like, whatever. As long, like, you know, as long as you give credit and stuff. But like, there's really like no shame in doing that. I definitely think I definitely did that. I remember. Okay, so the first time I ever really like got into building on Sims was, I don't know, it was probably a couple of years ago now, maybe even more, I don't even remember. But I remember I was on YouTube and I was like looking up like Sims. I was looking up like Sims cheats or something, like, you know, the move objects cheat, and because I knew about it because someone told me about it, and I was just like, what is that cheat? So I like YouTubed it rather than Google it for some weird reason, and I came across the Sim Supplies channel, and I was like, oh damn, you can make some really good houses and, you know, whatever, on Sims. And it was the first time I saw a build and I was like, holy crap, that is so good. Because I mean, what I used to do on Sims like 3, for most of my Sims 3 career, I just used to do like the interiors, because I was always so scared of building on Sims. I was just like, I cannot do that. I'm not going to be able to do that. So I never did it. And then I saw, you know, the Sim Supply and then Deligracy, because they did that video. They did this like apartment complex in Sims 3. This was before Sims 4 came out. So it must have been like 3 years ago now. But yeah, and they made this apartment complex and I was just like, oh my God. Like, my eyes were opened to all the possibilities. And I remember the first build that I ever like properly like did on my own was a houseboat, and it was one of the houseboats in Island Paradise or Island Paradiso, you know, that one, that expansion pack, because I had that and I was just like obsessed with it. And yeah, so that was like my first build, was a houseboat. And basically what I did was, because Deli did this like design a houseboat series, like, you know, whenever it was, and I basically just like copied her, and I used a lot of constrained floor and elevation and all that. Which, by the way, I hear a lot of Simmers being like, oh, I really want some constrained floor elevation back, and I'm just like, please don't. I really do not feel the urge at all to have constrained floor elevation. I find it very difficult. I know that some people find it really easy and like really good and helpful to use, but oh no. I mean, it's not the most difficult thing in the world, but it's definitely not the easiest thing. I think as well because it has been so long since I've been on like Sims 3, or, you know, done any like CFE work. I'm just like, oh no. I can understand why a lot of people want it. Like, there are definitely some things that I would be down to use CFE for, but I mean, some people do like insane constrained floor elevation stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, that is just not how I roll. I cannot, like, it's not okay. I can do it, but it's just not. I'm just not the best, okay? And I find it really tricky and stressful, and I'm not a fan of it, okay? I'm a fan of the outcome, and like, I like that, but the actual like process of constrained floor elevation is just, it's a lot for me to handle. So yes, so yeah, basically what I did with this build is I did the outside, the exterior, and then I kind of wanted to map out the interior, because I had an idea of what I wanted for the interior, but I didn't want to forget what I wanted to do, so I kind of marked and mapped out the inside of the house, and then I went back and did the exterior because that's what I was really keen about. So this probably next, like, I don't even know how many minutes is going to just be like me placing flowers, which I probably should have cut out actually, because it's going to be very repetitive. But I don't know, for me, like, I don't mind watching it. I always, whenever I watch a build on Sims, especially like a long one, I always okay, because I mean, you guys know I love Food Street, so I always like go on Food Street and I have it on, and like for some people especially who like I really enjoy their voiceovers, it feels like a podcast to me. Like I'm just sat there doing whatever, I'm on like Food Street or, you know, whatever, Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and I'm just like having a great time. I find it really like nice and relaxing because I mean a lot of people that I watch on SIMS, just I find their voiceovers really relaxing, and it's weird. Like there's a girl that I love, her username is by Screenside, and she is great, and we are going to do a collab, so that's very exciting. But I just love her voiceovers. I remember like the first time I watched one of her videos, I was just like, oh my god, I feel so relaxed. And I don't know if that's weird. So if you're watching this, I don't know if that's weird, but I like really was very relaxed after that video. It was really odd. So yeah, that's how I watch Sims videos. I feel like that's I feel like that's a little bit cringy. I feel like that's not normal, but I don't know. Some people just have like relaxing voices, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why I feel like weirdly embarrassed about that. I feel like weirdly like that's a bit like personal. I don't know why, but it's out there for the world to know now. So whatever, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, that's basically the front area. It's just a lot of flowers. I didn't want it to be like super manicured. I wanted it to be a bit like wild. Yeah, I just didn't want it to be perfect because I just don't think it would be. I think it's a very particular type of person that has very perfect gardens, and that's fine, but like I just couldn't imagine the person living in this house particularly to be super, you know, have a super concerned about how great their or how perfect their flowers look. And for me personally, I actually prefer flowers looking like this. I mean, who doesn't like a good garden that's, you know, a bit crazy? But like for me, this is what I prefer. You know, there's no shame here. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about something that happened yesterday, and I went crazy on Twitter about it because it was like the best moment of my life, I think, probably so far. Because okay, so basically next door, my neighbours bought this cat, and I mean, they already had a cat called Pixie, and she is so cute. She's like all white and she's so cute, and she just like, there's a pond sort of across the road from where I live, and she just sits there like watching all the ducks. She like never like you know, she never like goes for them or anything, but she's so cute. And we sometimes look after her when next door go away. Anyway, so they got a new kitten, and his name is Bob. Which when they told me, I was just like, really? I don't know why, I'm just like, I'm not against the name Bob. Like, my uncle is literally called Bob, so when people say, oh, Bob's your uncle, like, he literally is. I'm not against the name, but I was just like, why did you call him Bob? Like, I don't know, it just seemed quite funny to me. But anyway, this cat is called Bob, and it's like, I don't know, it's like a few months old, and he's tiny, and he's so cute, and he's like this ginger cat. He looks like a tiger. Anyway, well, he actually does not look anything like a tiger, but to me, like, he is a tiger, okay? But anyway, so I have a cat as well. She's called Daisy, and she is like, it's weird because I've had her since I was 11, and I'm 21 now, so I've had her for 20 years. 20? That is not maths. I've had her for 10 years, but yeah, no, she, yeah, I've had her, like, she was like a birthday present, I think, and I remember so vividly getting her, and she's like the grumpiest cat, but she's also really cute. And anyway, so basically, Daisy and Bob, I can't get over his name, Bob, they, like, my cat goes outside, and she's not like very adventurous. She's like, how old is she now? She's like 12. So she's not like super adventurous. So when she goes outside, she doesn't like leave the perimeter of the house. So she just stays in the garden. She'll walk around the garden and, like, you know, make sure everything's in order or whatever, but she doesn't go over the fence or anything. So basically, this Bob and Daisy, they look at each other through the fence because the fence is here in Belgium. This is not something that is in England. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but in Belgium, fences that you get with like most houses are just like chain fences, so you can very like easily see through them. They're those ones that are like diamond shaped fences, I guess, and they're just like crisscross wire fences. Anyway, so we have those fences, and then you can buy this like twig stuff, or you know, you can like cover that fence up with whatever. And anyway, so it's very like easy. We have privacy in our garden, but like you can quite easily see through if you're trying to look through. And anyway, so basically Daisy and Bob like look at each other through the fence, and like Bob is like really young and like super playful, so he'll like put his paw through the fence, and then Daisy will just be like, no. And it's so cute. They like sniff at each other, and they like touch paws and stuff. Oh my god, it's the cutest thing. Anyway, so yesterday I had my dinner. I was getting a nectarine because, I don't know, my mum bought these like insanely nice white nectarines. That's so nice. Anyway, that's not the point. So I was in the kitchen. I was alone in the house, apart from the animals, and I was like cutting up my nectarine, and I turn around and Bob is like in my kitchen, and I was just like, oh my god. Because I've never like held him or like stroked him or anything. I've only ever like seen him and like touched him through the fence, and he was just like in the kitchen, and I was like, it's time. And I like nearly had like a heart attack. I was just like, you are so cute. He's honestly the cutest cat. And basically him and my dog and my cat, because my dog Jed, he's like interested in cats and stuff, but he's not gonna like chase a cat. He doesn't like care that much. He's just like, oh, you're in my house, hi. So they kind of like had a little, I know Bob hissed at him a couple of times and stuff, but like that's kind of what you would expect. And yeah, they were fine, and Jed's just kind of was just like, whatever, and left. But yeah, so Bob was like so cute, and he came in the house, and he was just like, you know, walking around, and then Daisy came down, and they had like a bit of a like, they don't fight or anything, but Daisy is, I mean, cats are very territorial, like, regardless of how well, like, they get on really well, but like, I think because they're on their own sort of turf, Daisy doesn't really care when they're like see each other through the fence. But like, because Bob was like in our house, it was, I don't know, Daisy didn't take to it too well, but they were fine. Like it was so cute. He is so small, and he's got like the biggest eyes ever. Oh my god, I love him so much. And like the thing is, because it's really hot here at the minute, it's like 30 something degrees, and I'm like dying, but we always keep like the back door open so the animals can just go in and out as they please, because you know, it's important that animals can just keep cool, especially because Jed and Daisy are both English, and it's never this hot in England. Like, I mean, it is at the minute, but they're definitely not used to the heat. So yeah, it's good to let them roam around, I guess. But yeah, so Bob just like came in last night, and I have the door open, and I'm kind of like, I don't want him to like make a habit of coming in, because I don't want next door to be like, are you trying to steal my cat? Because we're not, but I also want to like snuggle him for like the rest of my life. He's so cute. He's so small, I cannot even deal with it. And he was like chasing little bugs, because there's like, there are so many daddy long legs. They are everywhere, and I don't have a problem with daddy long legs. Like, I'm not like super keen, like I don't want one in my face, but like you know, they kind of generally keep themselves, but there was this one daddy long legs the other night, and he just, oh my god. Okay, so we have a lamp, and you know, they're attracted to light, I guess, and this daddy long legs, oh my god, oh, it's literally making me a bit angry, because I hate this daddy long legs. He was like flying around, and he was being like really like erratic, and like just like flying everywhere, and I was just like, okay, calm down please, this is not okay, because I want to go to bed. And I was like trying to turn the lamp off, but every time I would go anywhere near the lamp, he would like fly at me, like directly at me, and like he would have, I don't know, I can't explain this like through audio, but he would just fly like with all his legs like spread out, just like at me directly, and I was just like, I am not okay with this. I don't like bugs. I just leave me alone. Leave me alone. That was like gonna be a leave Brittany alone thing, but it just kind of didn't work. But anyway, but yeah, he was just being a right knob, and I just like had to leave the lamp on in the end, because I was there for like 10 minutes just trying to turn the lamp off without being harassed by daddy longlegs, but I just couldn't, and I was just like, do you know what, I don't think it's worth it, so I left it on. But luckily mum like went down because she couldn't sleep anyways, and she didn't get attacked by the daddy longlegs, so she managed to turn the lamp off in the end. But anyway, so that's a fun lamp story, am I right, ladies? I just like missed out a whole section of the build through my animal tales, you know. But yeah, so this build, I mean, this video is essentially just the outside, but I also wanted to do the show you guys a little bit of the interior, just so you kind of get a gist of it. And I don't know, oh yeah, I really wanted to use like that pink swatch, so I just put that in one of the rooms just to like remind myself. But yeah, so this is the dining room, and it's kind of very formal, and this is like really, I really like tried to go hard with the like Tudor theme in this room, because I was like, okay, I can tell that like it's gonna be pretty hard to be completely 100% Tudor this whole house, you know, without it looking all very similar. So I went with a super Tudor place in this dining room, and yeah, it's very cool. It's very like a mismatch, and I ended up like picking out a load of stuff I wanted to put in the garden and stuff, and I was just kind of, this is the first time I was like looking through the items and thinking, okay, what could I actually like use in this build, you know, what could I use that would make sense. And so yeah, I just like ended up picking out a load of stuff, and I was just trying to like find something to decorate this room with. But yeah, so that is basically how the dining room turns out. And these are the screenshots, guys. So this part 2 will be up, I don't know, very soon. I want these videos to go up quite soon. So yes, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time, and have a good day, and love you. Okay, bye!